Hey everyone, Jean here with Rebel Yell Rising, and I wanted to say thank you all so much for the likes, the shares, the comments, and the subscribes. It really does mean a lot to me. I know you could be spending your time, watching something else or doing something else, but you're choosing to spend your time with me and watching these videos. It's not lost on me, so I really do appreciate it. Second, this is the 4th time I am doing the August readings. Spirit kind of has us on a scavenger hunt sometimes, and it took me a bit to get the right deck down and to kind of come up with this spread. Spirit was kind of nudging me to do this, and I was able to finally pull this out from nowhere. And I'll go into it in each of your guys' respective readings. And then third, I know many of you guys really enjoyed the Isis Oracle deck that I used in the July readings, and I was going to start out with that deck. However, the energy I feel is so different from July. It's much lighter, and I was shown almost like a 90-degree angle, right? Like we're going in a completely new and different direction. Not completely opposite, but different, new, better, right? It's as if we had been traveling like parallel, like to the Earth. And then we are all of a sudden now taking a 90-degree turn up towards ascension, if you will. And the energy for August is much lighter, and I hope you guys can feel it. I know that there was many people going through a really rough time in July. I'm one of them. So I feel confident and optimistic that things are going to be much better, much easier. I feel that maybe there might be a little bit more clarity for each of us this month. I truly hope that's the case with you. And that even if things don't completely manifest in a different direction, I feel like you're going to recognize on a deeper level that the door is at least open for each of us to walk through to get to a brighter situation. Okay, and without further ado, I will get on to the reading for you guys. Hey Virgo, so here we go with your reading. As you can see, this is kind of supposed to represent like your earthly journey, right where you are, and then it goes counterclockwise to kind of where you are communing, I don't even know if that makes sense, communing with your higher self, and then taking that and bringing it back down and applying it back to where you are. So it's, again, it's a circle, it's never ending, and it's representative of, all the cycles, everything that we do in life, right? We're constantly learning and growing. So this first position, you guys actually got 2 cards, and it represents the spiritual issue at hand for you guys for the month of August. So the first card is I have a new understanding, and the second card is I feel healthy and happy. So from what I understand of Virgos can be very over analytical. So what this is speaking to is sort of gaining a new perspective. You guys can be very in your brains, right? This is about having a new understanding that's not in your brain. It's not a learning that you can do in a classroom. It's not analysis that you can see like on a bar graph. It's a new understanding that you feel. It's your emotions, it's your psychic ability, which we all have. It's your intuition. It's something you feel, and that's the big, I guess, lesson, the teaching point. That's the issue for you guys. I don't like to say the word issue, but I'm not really sure what other word to use. That's what you're going through in the month of August, is gaining that new understanding and to feel healthy and happy. Give me a second, please. Okay. So I feel like this is about mental health. Now, again, this is kind of in first person from your perspective, right? It's your soul coming through this reading, your higher self coming through to let me know the messages that you guys need to hear for yourselves in your own best interest, right? So this is about, yes, all around health on every level, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, but what came through real strong was mental health. Maybe some of you guys have been very stressed, you know, like overworked, right? Constantly bombarding your own brain with what you have to get done and making sure that you understand everything, all the concepts before you move forward. But this is saying to kind of just let it be and take a breath. And that will help you to be happy by not getting lost in the nitty-gritty. Don't get lost in the detail, because that's going to keep you from being happy. When you are, what is that? You can't see the forest for the trees, right? Because you're so up close and in the detail, staring at like the bark of a tree, and all you see is the tree that's right in front of you. You can't see the bigger picture that, first of all, that tree is beautiful, but that there are many, many more trees around you, that you're actually in the middle of a forest. So that is the spiritual issue at hand for you guys for the month of August. And what would help you heal that? I had to leave that way. I feel like maybe some of you guys have been racking your brain about why something ended the way it did, or how you could study it so that it doesn't happen again in the future. You're like over-examining the particulars or the details of maybe how you got into a certain situation, why that situation ended. But what this is saying is that, like, the guidance that's coming through to you, that's really going to help you mend your own concerns, is to understand that whatever ended was supposed to end, and it was supposed to end the way that it did. So even if you started out driving from, you know, the East Coast of the United States, and you meant to get to the West Coast of the United States, but you ended up in Canada, and you're just frustrated and scratching your head, and you're looking at that map and you're just flipping it over, and you're flipping it over like, what the heck? And you're thinking, okay, well, who had the map when we were at this point, and who told me to get on this exit, and was I really paying attention? Was I rested enough when I had the map? And you're just, I feel like it's not even that you're trying to blame anybody or shift responsibility. It's more like you're over-examining to figure out how you can do better next time and how you can avoid certain mistakes. And it's really important that you guys understand everything happened as it was supposed to, and everything happens the way that it's supposed to. So if you somehow did everything that you thought you were supposed to, and you ended up in Canada, you're supposed to be in Canada, okay? All right, and the gift or outcome that is coming to you, Virgo, I see all of your thoughts. Okay, give me a second. I don't think I've actually seen this card before in the deck. This is beautiful, and I love it. All right, let me tune in a sec. So, maybe some of you guys have been beating yourself up over some things. Again, you know, this isn't going to apply to everybody. But this is I feel like this is kind of maybe a recognition that in the month of August, you're going to recognize how powerful your own thoughts are. How powerful your brain is, sending out into the universe your ideas, your thoughts, your true feelings about situations. Because maybe you'd heard of some things like that before, but you kind of like thought it was baloney, or maybe you believed it, but you didn't know it to be true. In the month of August, I feel like the gift that is coming to you guys is a real, true knowing in your soul, in your being, that you really do have powerful thoughts, and that everything that you are thinking and putting out into the universe, well, first of all, I feel like you're going to realize that it's being put out into the universe, and then it's not, you know, your thoughts aren't just encapsulated inside your head. It's going to be a recognition that I am a powerful creator, that everything that you think is being sent out to the universe, is made up of energy, does carry a frequency, right? And when I say frequency, I mean in the exact same terms that, you know, there's radio frequencies and sound frequency, light frequency. It's the exact same scientific frequency that your thoughts are on. And I think you guys are really going to be able to get behind that concept, and it's really going to change the way you understand the world, okay, and your place in the world. So that's the gift that's coming to you guys. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you're thinking like, oh, that's it? That's not that great. But I mean, it really is truly a beautiful gift, because people go their entire existence without really knowing that or understanding that. But if they did, imagine how much more powerful a creator people would be if they were aware of that. Okay. And then this is the challenge or opportunity for you. Don't be afraid. So, Virgos, this is, I think, a very general statement. Don't be afraid of what you can't see in... Don't be afraid of what's not tangible. Don't be afraid of what's not logical. Don't be afraid of being irrational. Don't be afraid of what you can't see, right? Like, I'm seeing like charts and graphs. Like, I feel like many of you guys live very logical lifestyle, you know, very common sense, you know, show me the proof, show me the logical, you know, how that fits. And that maybe for a while now you've been feeling that there was more to existence and living than just that method of living, that approach, if you will, because it's just one approach is all. But you're like, okay, well, I'm afraid to let go of logic because it fits and it works and I know it to work and it makes sense. But this is saying to not be afraid to let go of that fear, right? When you're able to let go of the fear and embrace, sounds cheesy, and embrace the unknown, but kind of more like if you're able to stand outside with your arms open wide and ready to receive, you will see that you are powerful and that the world is this magnificent place for you to create. It's not about you coming to Earth to live your existence, but it's about being a powerful creator, and that this is just one playground for you to play and create. Okay, this last card, the position is special guidance for you from your higher self. You have nothing to feel guilty about. Do you notice the two ladders here, the steps? This is about you ascending. No, not like you're dying and going to heaven. No, sorry. This is about you taking those next steps on your soul's evolution. It's an evolution staircase, if you will, and you are on the threshold of taking that next step. And as far as not feeling guilty, what this feels like is that for you, you're afraid that in order to take this next step, you're going to have to let something go and release, and kind of you feel like you're going to be neglecting it. I mean, it could be a person, an individual, maybe like a loved one or a partner who isn't on the same spiritual, same spiritual step as you. And that you've been holding yourself back maybe because you do feel guilty. But the guidance to you is, don't feel guilty, because we are all on our own journey. We're all on our own path. And we're not all going to get there at the same time. We're not supposed to get there at the same time. It's not a race. It's not a competition. It's about experiencing, and we each have different experiences to go through, and those experiences are what teach us. So your guidance for this month is to let go of any guilt that you might be thinking, well, if I move ahead, if I do better, if I go forward, if I focus my energy on this, I'm not going to be able to take care of this or so and so. But it's okay, because it's still being taken care of and supported by the divine, even if you're not able to take care of it. Because again, everything is going the way that it's supposed to. And whatever it is that you're leaving or you're ending, it's supposed to, in order to let you continue ascending. Okay, guys, let's do a real quick recap here for you. So for the month of August, the spiritual issue at hand is, for you guys are going to be gaining a new understanding and to feel healthy and happy. And the new understanding is going to be involving like getting out of your brain and into, it's kind of seeing the world through a different lens, not having to understand the world making sense through a logical way, through things making sense, right? And to feel mentally healthy. Well, healthy on every level, but what really stood out was, you know, taking care of your mental health, right? Not being stressed out, not being overworked, not over, oops, sorry about that, I keep bumping the camera, not being so wrapped up in your brain that you're unable to just take a second and, you know, enjoy the fact that, all right, what I was going to say is, you know, thousands of years ago, people didn't understand anything about astronomy, right? They didn't know what the heck, like, the sun was and why it went from one direction in the sky to the other. But they appreciated it. They knew that they needed it to live. And they were just happy when it was there. And that's kind of what this is. That's the issue for you guys. Like, you don't have to understand everything. And that in and of itself is going to be a new understanding for you. And that being able to just be okay with the not knowing is going to lead to better mental health for you and in turn feeling happier. So that is what you guys are working on this month. And how you can best heal that is by, like, don't beat yourself up. Know that whatever is ending in your life, whatever is coming to an like a wrap up, it's supposed to wrap up in that particular way, even if it seems horrible, and to not over examine it. Just let it be. The gift, I think, is going to be a realization, a recognition that heaven sees your thoughts, right? Your higher self sees your thoughts. They're not just encapsulated in your brain, that they carry their own frequency, which is then carried up and out into the universe. And that's the gift coming to you. And then the challenge, and it's a challenge because it's an opportunity for you to grow. It's an opportunity to see that you have nothing to be afraid of, to let go of any fear of the unknown. And then the special guidance for you is to not feel guilty about doing it. Okay, Virgo, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated and was able to bring some clarity for you guys. Again, August is going to be such a very powerful month for everybody. And I feel like that's why we're all going through this really big transition. I hope you guys have a blessed month, and I would be happy to respond to any comments if you guys need me to clarify anything. And I would love to hear about the journey that you guys are on. Have a beautiful month. Bye.